for most of you here, you know me as that dude that is extremely passionate, always talk about finding a why, but I didn't really share with you guys how, because I honestly know how to apply it on my own life, but I was still struggling as to how can I uh, transfer this skill set to people. So that's what I've been figuring out in Calibrate Your Inner GPS. Some of you are actually my students. Some of you here, some of them actually came to my class as well. Sorry, we just add them in. So I've tried a lot of stuff, right? And I finally came up with this 6 steps. Is a simple framework that I strongly believe that if you were to spend time figuring it out, you will definitely be able to create your own why. Okay, awesome. Let's see. And this is a big milestone for myself, because this is my first sharing webinar, and yet I have so many of you. Yeah, man, milestone moment.
Sharon have asked us to post.
Right. Okay, so I'll continue sharing. So it's a very informal sharing, right? So I want you guys to really pay attention to every bits of my story. Reason being, right? Yes, every little single factor affected and changed me and shaped me to who I am today. So allow me to get started. Right. So right now, you guys definitely know that I'm chasing my dream of becoming a stay-at-home dad by 35. You also know that I want to help 1,000 youth, right? That's why I'm doing all this kind of stuff. And I'm running Calibrate Your Inner GPS. I'm working for Praxis to help youth to find their dream jobs. Currently I have a fantastic relationship with my parents. I'm helping them out to pay household bills and things like that. And I'm documenting my journey on Instagram to inspire more people, especially youth. So if you notice a trend, right, you will see that it's very youth driven, and you will know that a lot of things like family, like stay home dad, helping my family out, inspiring more people to be family oriented and things like that. And it all stem from, later I'll share, it all stem from my own personal journey. So this is something you guys might not know. So at 20 years old, that's where I get started. Right? At 20 years old, I was super rebellious. I was useless. I wasn't doing extremely well in school, just to keep average. And I was working part-time to pay off my own shopping or whatever, chasing girls. At that point, I need to pay for dates. So I was playing games, chasing girls, and I was going clubbing. My relationship with my parents were the worst. My dad, since I was 7 years old, he has been busy with business, always away. His business is based in Malaysia. Hence, we had a very tense relationship. And yes, I didn't know what I was doing in my life. I was just hiding behind computer, playing games. Yep. So the turning point, I would say, would be the fact that my dad, you guys might definitely heard this before, right? My dad came home one day, caught me playing computer games as usual, and he said, other than playing games, going clubbing and chasing girls, son, you're damn bloody useless. Like, what the hell are you good at? And that, and all the while he always nagged, but why that day? Why that day? It was because he mentioned to us that his business was struggling, and it's very disappointing to come home and see a son that's so bloody useless. So it hit me like a rock, because I really knew that I wasn't going anywhere in life, but having my own parents saying that in front of my face, exposing that vulnerability, that hit even worse. So I just jumped on my bed. I was playing games at the point of time. I just jumped on my bed and I broke down. The truth is I broke down. So I spent the next 3 weeks figuring out, what the hell I'm good at, from that one simple question, right? So allow me to share you the next slide. So this was the change. I think it might be too blur, but I want to orientate you guys. So the first thing I wrote was goals. The second thing was likes. What do I like as a person? What are my skills, right? And also I wrote what are my biggest weaknesses? Is it weaknesses? I think so. Oh no, core values or something like that. Yeah, core values. What's my dream job? What are my weaknesses? So essentially, things that um, things things that forged my identity. So I took the time to actually go through the whole process. And I'm not too sure, honestly, it was 5 years ago. I'm not too sure who inspired this or where, but it was within the 3 weeks of Googling. And that's how I started like doing all these things. I read a lot of things like start with why. That's why I always harping on why. Then who else? Dean Graziosi, 7 levels of why. Steve Jobs connecting the dots backwards, and still got many other principles and frameworks. Yep. So then it slowly evolved to this mind map. So I realized there's limitations. So this thing here, I only understand that my weakness is my weakness. But down here, I will dig deeper, like why that weakness? Why would I say that itself is a weakness? So it allows you to see things on a different perspective, different dimension. So I ask myself, dig deeper by asking, what am I passionate in? So I'm passionate in entrepreneurship, in children, in speaking to strangers, as simple as that. So you guys don't downplay things that you are passionate about. Like I was passionate in playing games, like passionate in relationships, right? So even work experiences, I dive so deep in. So for you guys, you might be giving yourself excuses. Oh, I don't have a life-changing experience. So how can I have that wake-up call? No, every single little thing that you do, internalize it. So through work experience, like as much as it's very taboo or sorry, yeah, as much as it's taboo to join MLM companies, right? I joined, and you will notice there's this number at the side, 18. I was 18 years old when I joined that, and you will see that at 16, 17 years old, I work as a cashier. And I internalize every single thing, you know. Like at Changi Airport, 19, 20 years old. Sorry, I don't mind. I just want to read you guys. Yeah. So, yeah. So that was how I understand why I do what I do. What am I actually learning from these different job experiences? So next thing was use brain profit, right? Daryl used brain profit. Like I even done babysitting, you know. I don't even know how did I get the deal, but yeah. So like through building a couple of businesses, I realized, hey, what I learned, what I like, what I dislike. So, but the game changer was this gentleman here, which I believe you guys know. I idolize him a lot because during that period where I was so lost in life, right? He kind of gave me the permission. It's okay to be idiotic at 20 plus or even younger than that or even older. Age is just a number. But as long as you are putting in the effort to figure your life out, it's fine. That's the thing that he's driving across. Try stuff. Going back to the slides, these are trying. Like I tried a lot of shit, and it's just in my characteristic, right? In my personality, right? That I'm very adventurous. I like to try stuff. So that's why he said, figure it out, find out what you truly like. And so from dating girls, playing games, I internalized that most likely I'm the product and I'm the salesman. What if I were to try getting a sales job? Things like that. You know, coupled with my previous experience in, if you can see, oh, I didn't show that. Okay, I got one more page is what skill set that I have and stuff like that. So I put basic sales. And when I actually sign up for sales internship, that's where I slowly get better. And I realized that from an interest, it turned into a strength. That I will share later as well. So my turning point was, sorry, I have to, let me see how do I navigate this. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So my turning point, which you guys are very well familiar with, is this page here, DMYK. So I started this page with 0 followers because he was the one who said, document, don't create. There's a key difference between document and creating. So I look back at honestly, I look back at my full notes, right? I wrote, I want to build content such as like how to have a multi-millionaire formula or like a multi-millionaire framework or like all this kind of stuff. But I realized that I'm creating. Am I a millionaire yet? No, I'm not. So people will hate on me. People will throw me nasty comments. But when this guy, because at that point I wanted to be a YouTuber, that's the truth. So, but this guy here, he said, just document your journey. Don't create. Documenting means I am 20 years old. I want to document me being a maybe YouTuber, successful YouTuber by 30. I'm on my journey there, and people can resonate with it. Just show. Nobody will hate on you. People will support you. Because if you are really authentic with your journey and you're real, very relatable, people support. So at that point of time, I was thinking, what is my journey? I don't know. I only know that because I've done in the mind map, remember? In the mind map, it showed that I'm interested in entrepreneurship, interested in speaking to strangers. At that point of time, I don't even know it was sales. Then, ta-da, here. I'm interested in personal development. I'm interested in entrepreneurship. I'm also interested in sales, right? So I just document things that I care about. I said, if you're keen to learn from my failures and celebrate my successes, tap the follow button. Done. That's how simple. And that was a game changer for me because I decided to be more loud about who I am and what am I trying to achieve. And that kickstarted my entire growth. I didn't know I'm not too sure whether I had my stay home dad dream at that point of time yet. Not too sure. Slowly it develops, and it stemmed from the fact that when I was younger, right, I didn't really had a dad that's accompanying me throughout my whole childhood. I know that pain and I know how it feels. I don't want my future children to go through that. Hence, I had that burning desire to say that I'll stop that. I'll break that chain. I will make sure that my kid can have that. A simple mission like that. At 22 or 23, I created it. And um, wherever I go, I was loud enough to tell people, hey, this is my why. And I really want to achieve it. So when the very day where I remember older people actually doubted, say that, hey, I'm a doctor, I'm 35 years old. How do you gonna stay home there and be at 35? It's impossible. Say things like that. Subconsciously, I got affected. Subconsciously, I felt very denied, very angry, but I didn't express it anywhere actually. Really, I never write down on a journal or whatever. And somehow, somewhat, all these different experiences, right, pocket of experiences accumulated. Another follower reached out to me, shared me his life, saying that he's feel very trapped. His dad left him when he was 5 years old. Like left means pass on. His mom single-handedly raised both son up. For me, I felt so strongly, and I told him, I don't know what I can do, but I'll do my best, right, to make sure that you can retire mom as early as possible. That's my promise to you. And today, he's part of my team in SEA and in Calibrate and GPS. So that felt amazing to me because knowing that I can be someone that I needed when I was younger, I impacted another soul. That different experiences, me being looked down, my dream being crushed by older people, me helping another youth, and a lot of different experiences forged this insane dream of I want to impact 1,000 youth. 100, honestly, in this lifetime, I think I can attain it. 1,000 could be a difficult challenge, hence this number. So what I am saying here is, it's not like I'm waiting for it to come, but rather I turn, like what Steve Jobs said, connect the dot backwards. I turn behind, I look at what I've gone through already. This thing, I felt something. That thing, I felt something. How can I combine? Boom. Does this look like it's an interesting thing that I want to fight really hard for? Kind of. Let's do it. So that was my thought process at that point in time. So my why is to be a stay-home dad by 35. That's my selfish desire for myself. Something that's greater because I want to impact 1,000 youth before I die. Next, how, you might be asking how. So I want to build a school of life, to teach self-awareness, to teach self-esteem, confidence, all this stuff. And lastly, I want to build a foundation for youth and child-related stuff. So on its own, autopilot, it can contribute back to society. I might die, and it's a fact I will die. Right? Just a matter of time. So if you were to look at it right now, what am I doing to build this? Because this is my lifetime goal, right? So if you think about it, impact 1,000 youth before I die, that is aligned to DMYK. I built this brand for a reason. Initially, it was to document my selfish growth. Slowly, people said, hey, you do inspiring stuff. Then I was like, oh shit, am I? And they compliment. And at that point of time, if I may add, I fed on the ego. And it was bad because that DMs that coming in make my sense of importance shoot up. Sorry, yeah. So all these are tricky stuff that I just want to share with you about my life, right? The moment DMs coming in made me feel that I'm important. I was hooked. And that was how I internalized the age. Sorry, yourself? Yeah, thank you. That was how I realized that I attached myself, my sense of importance to something external. And that was scary. Hence nowadays, if you look at it, right, my Instagram, I turn off all notifications except for comments. Likes, all these, I don't care. I know that I post up something, impacted lives, done. And that is something that I'm working presently to impact that 1,000 people, right? And the next thing is I want to build a school of life, but you have to start somewhere. Hence, I started Calibrate Your Inner GPS. And that could be one curriculum, could be second, third, fourth, fifth, I don't know. But I need to start somewhere. And third, I mean the fourth part, right? Stay a foundation for child. Right now, I don't have any foundation. But all I do, based on my own individual effort, every quarterly I'll donate to Give.Asia on a cause that I believe in. And it's still me dependent. Meaning you say if I'm gone, that act will stop. Hence, I'm hoping that one day or like when I have a business, right, 10% of it goes somewhere, a cause that I truly believe in. So you see how I relate a lifetime why to something that I'm doing presently. So okay, shit, I'm supposed to ask you guys to spot the pattern, but I expose the pattern. But anyway, so here's the before I move on, right? Any question before I share with you guys the. Let me just read the chat a little bit, right? Okay. Yeah, calibrate your inner GPS. Okay, so yeah, before we move into this framework, right? I just want to answer some of the questions. So, do you have to find a why before you create impact? Not true. Your why is because so that you have a clear direction where you're working towards. You have clarity. Clarity will help you save time because you will stop yourself from making wrong decisions. Give you an example. I know that in my first job, right, I was working in a tech startup. What happens is that this mobile app, whoever spends money using this mobile app, you earn airline miles so that you can travel at a way faster rate, something like that, right? I'm impacting lives. People can get to travel just by spending as per usual. Feeling good, awesome. I was being well paid. However, at that point of time, I didn't know that my mission was very youth driven. So I just working, and I'm just making money, growing myself. But day by day, I'm just living that. There was no progression. There was no like, what's next after this chapter with this company? Where am I going? I don't know. And that was 22, 23, 22, 22. Right? So you see, at 22, I don't know. I didn't know I want to be a stay-home dad. And I know I need to make a lot of money to be a stay-home dad. But why? Like, there's a lot of why. Why this company? Why this role? So if I may dig deep a bit on this topic, then you might ask, hey, Daryl, so why this tech startup? It's because in my map, if you see earlier, I like entrepreneurship, I like tech startups, I like traveling. These companies are travel tech startup, and I like sales, and that is the exact role that I'm doing in the company. I was so crazy about it that I actually signed up as a 2 months intern, and I fought my way to be a full timer with them. I negotiated with the hiring manager, which my direct supervisor. I said, I don't mind working 2 months for as an intern for you, even though I got diploma at that point of time, immediately after army. But if I were to perform damn well, can I be a full-timer at your place? He said, we shall see. But maybe. I don't even ask him for the pay, starting pay or whatever. I just said, I want to be a full-timer. And he said, yeah, let's see. First month, I sucked so bad. Second month, I doubled his KPI. And boom, I got a full-time job. And I love it ever since then. So it was more of like an immediate why. It was not like a lifetime why. But nevertheless, still I was moving. So hope this answers your question, whereby I was still creating impact, but it wasn't the impact that I was meant to create or meant to serve. But I had a direction, a short-term direction. Essentially, any why that you have, right? A why, a purpose, a mission gives you direction, so that you will not just waste a day by day, and as it goes, we shall see how. Slowly take your time. Let me find purpose. No, you create it. You don't wait for it to come to you. You create it by taking effort. You take the initiative to understand, dissect yourself. You investigate your thoughts. Like if you tap into my mind, right, it's like, why am I even here having this chat with you guys? Like this 15, 16, 18 of you. Why? Like I could be reading a book, I could be chilling somewhere, but essentially, I know my why, because if these 18 of you can share with one more soul whatever you've learned, boom, now become 36. 36 of you share, 36, 72. Am I closer to my 1,000? Maybe, right? Okay, anyway, Ray has a question. Ultimately, it's a balance. There need to be some action to try things out.
Comment, no question.
Right, comment.
Summarizing what you just said.
Yeah. Right, thanks for that. Yeah, you're right. Action and reflection, that's super true. Most of us, myself included, right? I will play games, but I'll never internalize why this game or what did I learn from this game. Next game, lose again. And I'm angry, I play again and lose again, play again, lose again. It's a vicious cycle. Same thing goes for my old relationships. Got into bad relationship, never learn. Got into another bad relationship, never learn. But that's why down here. Sorry, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Can you mute yourself? Right. So that's why you will see such stuff. So these are my maps, right, that I do for myself. Like why I can't sleep at night. That's how hardcore. What did I learn from my previous relationship? I'll put down here. Like Daryl and my ex-girlfriend name. Then we branch out. Was it because her poor family upbringing? Was it because of her attitude, her whatever? So when you really understand that, you get your key takeaway so that you will not avoid repeating the same mistake. Yep. So any last questions before I move on to the framework? All right, all's good. So in this framework, right, I just want to share with you all, everything starts from interest and inclination. So interest and natural inclination, right, will result to you having a strength. Your past experiences, which I share with you so much of my past, right, is for you to understand how I dissect this and make it into my story, who I am as a person. So your past convert to a story. Your strength plus your story gives you a very clear mission. So for example, it's my strength in self-awareness and my story that last time how I wish someone can teach me self-awareness. Make me realize, hey, this is my mission, this is my strength. Go for it. Just don't waste any more time working for stupid companies or making money off for the sake of it. And live life very purposefully, very passionately. How I wish I had that. That's why now today, that is my mission. Right? So you all might be wondering how. So step one, your interest. So you list down all your interests. Like, don't follow my previous way. My previous way of doing was me very messy. I didn't even have a framework, Now I'm trying my best to produce a framework for you guys, right? List down all your interests on a piece of paper. Rank them out, right, on a scale of 1 to 10. For example, poker, like a 7. Badminton, 3. Sales, 10. Whatever. So anything below 3 is a maybe. You're not too sure, you're keen, never tried before or whatever. Just put it down. 4 to 7 is a hobby. You can't really make money out of that thing. It's a hobby. 8 to 10 is a possible strength. Maybe it's a strength because you've already been doing that for the longest time. Confirmed and concluded it's a strength. Go ahead with it. Any question about this so far? Okay, move on. Okay, so natural inclination, right? I want you to take a look at this website. So for those who have done my Calibrate Your Inner GPS before, they will know about this website. If not, you guys can go and find it. There's 24 strengths that they ranked out. So just by doing this quiz, right, you will understand what are your 3 greatest strengths and 3 greatest weaknesses. So for myself, I know what are my 3 bottom ones, so I can choose to either improve on it or I just double down on my 3 strengths, my natural inclination. Let me elaborate a little bit more. So my natural inclination, right, given by the quiz, is that I have perspective, right? I have perspective, I have love, and I have that curiosity, the love of learning. So that is how I combine this plus my interest into something else, which I share later. Before that, let me answer Hillary's question. For the previous strength, what if all feel like under 4? So it goes back down to, so if everything is under 4, right, could be, number one, you're not trying enough, you're not exploring enough. Number two could be, the first one could be you're not exploring enough. The second thing could be, have you actually internalized anything that you are doing, right, that is slightly better than average human being? Anything. For example, like singing. Don't, even like making friends. Don't downplay all your experiences or your interests, and really dissect where do you, okay, I got a good question. Where do you spend most of your time at? That is a very clear indication of your interest. For myself, I will play poker during my free time back then when I was younger. Now, if anybody invite me to a poker game, super excited. That is how I know it's an interest. Traveling, I'll just book a flight without thinking and let's do it. So ask yourself, like even traveling, is it interest? Is it a 9? Or maybe your religion, your faith, anything? What is it? Hopefully I answered that question. Explore more and ask yourself where you're spending most of your time at. No props. Okay. So for this natural inclination, any question? So it can be things like, not just from this quiz, like for me, I have this, I call it gift, natural inclination, that when it comes to remembering names, it's very easy for me. As long as I spell your name out, right, at the back of my head, I will attach, this person likes this, or this person's occupation is this. And I revisit the conversation with you, I'll be like, hey, how's your job? Like so and so, your name. That's my gift. That's why when I do sales, people feel very close to me. I build rapport very easily because I remember their names and their stories very well. That's my natural inclination. So what's yours? Take some time to think. How come? What are those things that people say, hey, you're quite good at it. Then you feel like, not very difficult. Why you cannot do? That is your natural inclination. Something that people think it's difficult, but to you, it's pretty simple. You need not spend a lot of time and effort to practice or hone this skill set. Just give another example. A basketball player, 1.9 meter. It's his natural inclination that he's tall, he can play basketball, versus a dude, he's 1.5. That's what I'm saying. Something you're born with it. So, explore more. Okay, thank you for summing up this. So the next thing, right, is that I want you to list down all your interests. There's 8 to 10. Right? Out of your list of inclination, choose only 3. So you can list, for the previous two exercises, right, you can list as many, but I want you to shortlist stuff. So now your list of strengths, right, include potential strengths and your inclination. So you know how to merge them. Any question about this so far? All good? Give an example. Just now when I was mentioning, like my natural gift of, for example, curiosity, and my love is just love, right? Love and perspective. These 3 are my gift, plus the fact that I can remember names very well. And my strength is that I like sales. I like entrepreneurship. I like, what else? Tech startup, for example. So how I combine them, right, is that I'm in a tech startup doing sales. And when I speak to my sales client, I always remember their names first. And I mention it so often. I'm like, hi, Ray. Right, nice to meet you. Pleasure meeting you. By the way, Ray, wouldn't you agree that this is that? Hey, Ray, would you like to do this or this package or that package? So I mention so often. It's just a way to build rapport. It's my skill that I can remember names. Repeating it repetitively actually helps you remember better as well. So these are things that I do. And by nature, I'm always very curious. So I ask a lot about their business. And that helps with fact finding when you do sales, right? You need to fact find first. So it's a very nice mixture of my own natural talent, natural gift that I possess, plus the skill set that I have. By the way, strength, sales is not a natural strength for me to begin with. If you look back at 2015, my first map, I write basic sales. You start with basic. After putting in so much practice and hard work, right, then it turned into from a potential strength, turned into a legit strength. So all these interests, skill set, you take time and practice. Just that if you have natural inclination, you maybe have to practice lesser. That's the point. So all these still need to put in hard work. So this is the interesting part. And this is the thing that people don't spend most of their time at. List down all your past experiences that make you feel a lot. So revisit happy, sad, angry memories. If you can go so specific, right, to disappointment, disgust, what else? Despair, excited, you know, things like that. The clearer you get at identifying that emotion, the better it is. And there's a reason why. Because would you, let me just ask this, right? Would you agree that sad versus hatred, which one has a strong emotion? Hatred, naturally. But most people will just, oh, I felt sad. Yeah, I felt sad. They never really dig deep into what specific emotion is it. Brush it off. Just brush it off. So for me, I spent a hell lot of time in one of these papers as well. Okay, this is the calibrate your inner, yeah. So you will see something like this. So your past, present, future framework, that's what I share with my students. What do you experience in the past? List every single thing down. Like extreme case, list 50 cases, like list 50 incidents. That's what I want you all to do like after this session. Really just spend time internalizing what made me super sad. What is something that I've gone through myself and I don't want anybody else to go through that. So if you notice the pattern, I didn't have a dad that's spending time with me. Instead, he always suspect that I always do funny stuff in school, and that made us drift apart a lot. At that point, I kind of hated him, and it sucked because I really needed that. Yet I, on the surface, say I don't need. So a lot of conflicting emotions until I unpackage it. I dig deep and find out what's inside. Then I can solve it. Right now, the both of us, fantastic relationship. It took a lot of time and effort from my side and from his side as well. So don't brush things off. Try to fix it. The moment you fix it, you'll find a lot of peace in yourself. Then you can move forward and bring that gift of yours, which was because you found the gift. Bring the gift of yours and share with the rest. So, yes, correct. Sorry. So, moving forward here. So, I want you all to piece up your past experiences, right, into one short story, so that when you introduce yourself to people, people can understand. And you can create two versions. So one is a 2-3 sentences kind of version, and one is like in-depth version, like right now that I'm sharing you guys. Actually, I'm not really sharing you guys the in-depth. So this is still considered 2-3 sentences kind of version. And more importantly, you must shift your perspective from victim to a victor. What I meant by that is that you take control back to your life. Instead of me saying that, my dad is right lah, I got no strength, I'm a loser. Right? I said that was the last time I will not, that was the last time I admit that I have zero clarity in life. At least I must have that one bit. That was why I forced myself to Google so much to get that clarity. Like, where am I heading next? That's me and my obsession, right? So right now I want to share that obsession. So once you identify your mission, your story is not enough, you know. You need to know your mission. Once you have identified your mission, then you attach it to your story. Let me give you an example. So for my case, young, don't know what am I good at. Daddy scolded me and made me wake up. I spent 3 weeks finding out what am I good at. Gary Vee came along, asked me to document my journey of finding my strength, my journey, and that's how I met you guys. Then right now, I'm on my journey because it felt good, right? Right now, I'm on my journey to impact even more people. So boom, 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 that's something like that. So that's how I want you guys to add and create into your story. And the next slide, I will share about mission. Before we go there, any question about this? From your past, create a story. Any questions so far? Okay, that was good. So this thing here, right? So when it comes to your mission, sorry, let me just shift this a little. Okay. So when it comes to your mission, right, I want you to figure out what's 2 things, right? Number 1 is the thing that is so painful that you don't want anyone else to go through. Second thing is what's so amazing that you want more people to experience it. Okay? So I elaborate first. Painful was the thing that I don't know where I'm good at. I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know where am I heading to, which I believe most of you here are experiencing the same thing. That's why you are watching this video, watching this session. And I want to not say help you guys shorten this curve of like how to find a mission. And the good thing is that Gary Vaynerchuk gave me this permission for me to be the real me. And that is why I keep encouraging people to document their journey, to be their real them, right? Because it was good. I want more people to experience it. Simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. Just ask yourself, hey, what is something that stranger done well for me? Okay, as simple as this. When I was doing customer service at Changi Airport, a name tag here, Daryl Ng. The lady came to me, a gentleman came to me. He said, hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Daryl. Have you eaten? I'm like, hey, this guy, why would he call my name out? It felt good, you know. And I said, no, not yet. He said, oh, would you want to share? Can it possible for you to share me where Starbucks? Like, allow me to bring you instead. I'm not supposed to do such stuff, but I went the extra mile to bring him there because I felt very touched, you know. Wow, this guy called me by my name and not just like a service staff or like customer service guy. Call me by my name. So it felt so good. I internalized it. Now, wherever I go, KFC, hey, Auntie Lucy, can I order a chicken wing, please, or something like that? Because it felt so good. I want to give people that. Simple, not complicated. What is bad? This guy, for example, he eat a chicken wing, he throw on my face. I'm a cashier, I'm a waiter. That's so mean. And it didn't feel good. I don't want to do that for people. That's all. So try to think from small scale all the way to big scale. What is it? What's your big mission? Hopefully I'm not complicating stuff, right? Second thing is, how can you use your strength list? Okay, mixture of your potential strength and your natural inclination to achieve this mission. Okay, elaborate a little bit. So I wasn't, by the way, I wasn't confident in speaking to cameras. If you look at my YouTube videos, I was super shy, very awkward. I'm like, guys, I'm super boring. I can't even speak to a camera. That was me last time. So I don't even consider that as a strength. But I consider that as a potential strength because I always wanted to be a YouTuber. Put it as maybe 8. But after hard work and practice, plus my maybe natural inclination of passion, plus my mission, okay, so these two, I want to be a YouTuber, plus my passion when I speak, and plus my sales techniques or whatever, maybe package that up, plus my mission of convincing people why they should live life passionately. That's my mission. This is my strength. Merge them together. This is what I'm doing right now. Ta-da! My passion plus my skill set of being plus my ability to articulate my thoughts, convincing you guys to live life purposefully. Do you see what I'm doing here? That's about it. One guy played basketball very well. Natural inclination, very tall. His mission, he was poor last time. He want people in his region to not be poor anymore. And he taught them how to play basketball. Just an example. So it's at the back of my head now, this entire framework. So flick my finger when you tell me a story, tell me your past experiences, right? I will create a mission that is compelling enough. And you must voluntarily say, yeah, that's my life, that's my story. I want to go for that. So that's the gift that I possess after helping so many people. I love it. It's like a puzzle, it's like a Sudoku, you know. I try to fix. Then I say, does this sound good to you? Does this sound good to you? At the end of the day, I'm not forcing you to have this why, but rather we co-create together. I mean, that's what I've been doing. So redo this entire process until you can find a mission that you truly feel. Like I said, it's not like I throw at you or people throw at you, say, hey, you should do that. You should be a millionaire and feed the poor. But I never see poor before. I've never been poor before, for example. How can I relate? Or you should feed African child. Huh? I never been to Africa. I also don't know how it feels. I can't empathize. So get and do something that you can empathize with. If not, it doesn't come from your heart. And how to empathize? You must be there, be at that situation once or twice, or at least experience that pain before. So I got this crazy ass idea. 7 days, I want to stay out in the streets, not going home, no shower or whatever. And I want to experience how is it like, right, to be helpless, no cash, and just stay on the streets. Maybe that after the 7 days, I can really feel and relate to these homeless people. Another why comes out. That's me. Right? I got all these crazy ideas. because I experience it. Boom, now it becomes my past. Then in the future, I want to create this goal that I want to help the homeless people, maybe. What's something that I can do? Quarter basis, I'll give out free food to homeless people. Maybe. But everything comes from exploration. So, give you the last example is I'm good at playing poker. I was young and broke last time. Now I'll teach youth poker so that they don't have to go through what I've gone through. Same example as the basketballer. All good so far? Any question answered? Any questions so far? Wow, I've been speaking too quickly. But you guys can see that I'm super passionate, right? Yeah, man. Like it's not fake one, no. This shit is 5 years worth of effort, no. It's like it's in me, you know. Like there's 18 of you, if I'm not wrong. If just one, yeah, just one of you, right? Let me see. Wait. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, man. Just one of you can live life purposefully, right? I'm already job well done for myself, you know. Like, see 18 of you, and after so long you're still here, seriously. Let me just take a photo. This is a life-changing moment for myself.